And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Tonight, it's the second of our Monday night doubleheader, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the Minnesota Vikings. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Now a play fake here on first down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved, because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, second and right at a yard. The Vikings had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener, and they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign, dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
Jefferson going to go in motion right. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. His second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. Now the try here for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd down and 4. Barkley, inside handoff. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Giants are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Brian Johnson now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They go play action here on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Options galore here. Second and a few inches. They'll set up a throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And a 5-yard gain gets into the 42. Well, this defense for the Giants, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Now 2nd and 5. Back to throw again. Going underneath, he's got Hockenson. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. You talk about this Giant defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 32-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
That was a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Under a minute to go. Clock running in a back-and-forth first quarter of play. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Man open, it's Moss, complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on this good position, guys. Those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Second and 5. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there with an amazing diving catch. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Running left, it's Barkley. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Slot man moves right. Second down, here's Barkley again. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. Now Sims. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, when you time those screen passes perfectly, they can work perfectly, but that time it took a little too long to develop.
And you zeroed in on exactly what makes that play go. Timing. Because if the timing's off at all, those unblocked defenders coming at the quarterback, they'll put him on the deck.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now they'll change things up. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
I think one of the key words in today's NFL is hybrid. You know, guys who can do more than just what they're asked to do. How about our running back there laying out like a wide receiver and making that catch?
So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. .31 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
Second and 10. Again, it's Barkley. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
We call a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
Here's 3rd and 9. Here's Sims. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And the Giants send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Here they go. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Well, now hang on here because Saquon Barkley is in some discomfort, so we're going to have a pause here for an injury. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. That ball caught by Slayton. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
On first down, Sims. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now it's 2nd and 10. And not much running room. Down to the 32. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Off play action. Sims. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
He's going to be brought down there in the field of play, and the clock will run, no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays.
Taking it right down Broadway. He's to the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Darius Slayton, 75 yards. And the Giants come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. And now they're in the hurry-up. Jefferson going to go in motion right. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. He'll look to throw. Open man downfield. That's Smith-Schuster. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain of 28 yards there and give him the first down.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
He'll find Smith-Schuster again. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that will bring up second down. And he'll run on the inside handoff. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Going in motion left, that's Campbell. Throwing on first down, Sims. That's complete to Slayton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards. from Viking territory now. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47. A give running left, McAllister. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. It's a gain of 11 and a giant first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Sims, they'll roll him out right. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting roughed backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Running right, here's McAllister. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Third and 4. Off-play action. Sims looking for Campbell downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Field goal unit and Brian Johnson out there from the right hash. This from 48. And Johnson's kick is good, and that will tie things at 17 all. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Now they'll audible to something else. Juju in motion left. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They're going to look to throw. That is caught. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. Still going. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. They'll look to throw here. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
They'll look to throw again. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
That would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot, but it winds up incomplete.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
I think the defenders have to feel pretty good. Even though the ball was tipped in the air and could have become a big play for the offense, they actually won one because the guy flinging it today, he's having quite the performance. A couple of touchdown passes, almost threw his first interception, but he's throwing it so well that I think Lady Luck was on his side.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And they will take over first and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
But when you're able to break a run against a cover two or a two-deep zone, safeties are back a little ways. What you're counting on is the guys taking care of business up front and then maybe climbing to the second level, that offensive lineman or tight end getting up to the second level and able to block the safety in order to create a big run.
Making those linemen work with a couple blocks. They look good doing it there. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Going right side, he finds Slayton. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. And that last reception puts him over 50 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Here's Johnson set and ready to kick this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for Minnesota. 57 yards. This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks,
and that one ended up going backwards.
What a way to wrap up the week. Now a big play. It's 3rd down. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And they're not going to get the kickoff in time. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first, this one from 38. And his kick here is good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, Did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Here comes 2nd down. Off the play fake. Sims. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Operating from the gun. Sims. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long. Looking to throw. Sims. And it's incomplete. They could not convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Inside of a minute to go now. 2 timeouts left. Still in pretty good shape.
I think they're in excellent shape here if they use the timeouts judiciously and use the sideline as an additional timeout.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Well, this offense still has the 1 timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Second down, 8 yards to go. Here's a give up the middle. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
And they will take a knee and set up what would be a potential game-winning field goal try. And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This to put an end to a wild Monday night. And his kick is good. He knocks through his 3rd field goal of the game, and this one is the one that decides it. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Well, we all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done, a narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there. And the outcome's in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting. But in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?
So for Minnesota, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.